An Emmerdale actor, Jeff Hordley, has cautioned that his role, Cain Dingle, is becoming increasingly unstable. Viewers have begun to worry that the long-standing Dingle family member could be heading for a departure, especially after recently learning he has prostate cancer while his marriage is also under strain. In upcoming scenes, Cain's difficulties become more obvious. As he gets ready for a pre-operation appointment, he is unsettled when someone speaks about how illness has damaged their relationship, leaving him unable to stay and listen further. Charity encourages him to give up alcohol and concentrate on his well-being, but he reacts angrily by throwing a whiskey bottle and breaking Zach's tankard. When he later opens up to Charity, he shares his fears about his relationship, though the situation becomes complicated as they reflect on their past together. In an interview with The Mirror and other media outlets, Jeff explained that Cain is now in a very fragile state. He pointed out that involving his granddaughter in risky behavior, despite her responsibilities, highlights just how desperate Cain has become. According to him, Cain is willing to go to extreme lengths to secure money and protect the farm. He went on to say that the illness has pushed Cain to his breaking point, as he is under pressure to resolve the farm's problems, while also trying to help Moira leave prison, reunite his family, and cope with his diagnosis. All of these challenges combined have led him to make poor decisions he would not normally consider. With Moira still incarcerated and Cain struggling emotionally, fans are concerned about the future of their relationship, which has long been popular with viewers. There is growing speculation that the couple could separate. Jeff emphasized that the prostate cancer storyline is significant and is being portrayed carefully, but at its core, the narrative is about the love between Cain and Moira. He added that their bond is being seriously tested by both her imprisonment and his health issues, leaving their future uncertain. When asked whether Cain misses Moira, Jeff confirmed that he does, describing her as a vital source of support. He explained that in a strong partnership, she is the person Cain would usually turn to for comfort and advice, although he also confides in a small circle of others. In another storyline, Cain remains focused on making the farm succeed. However, when Mac reveals they cannot afford a full herd of cattle, Cain faces a major setback. His frustration grows when Sam forgets an important meeting, leading Cain to angrily declare that his ambitions for the farm are finished. At the same time, a mysterious masked individual sneaks into Emmerdale Farm late at night, leaving questions about what may have taken place. Emmerdale spoilers: 5 major moments in tonight's episode as Joe uncovers a huge secret. In tonight's episode of Emmerdale, Graham Foster attempts to drive a wedge between Joe Tate and Kim. After revealing some damaging details to Joe, it raises the question of whether tensions at Home Farm will be stirred up once more. At the same time, Beowulf takes decisive action to prevent D.S. Walsh from pulling Dylan Penders and Paddy Dingle deeper into the investigation surrounding Ray Walters' death. Here are 5 key moments to expect from Monday's episode. Number 1. Graham begins a fresh plan. Graham opens up to Joe about his poor choice to sleep with Kim and the fallout that followed when Lydia discovered the truth. It becomes obvious that Graham is firmly against Kim again, which irritates Joe. Frustrated by Graham's attempts to influence him, Joe tells him to stay out of his affairs. Number 2. Joe's future may take a turn. While looking around Home Farm, Graham comes across a copy of Kim's will. It reveals that her wealth will be divided among her grandchildren, while her house is left to Lydia. Since Joe has always believed the estate belonged to him by right, this revelation could change his perspective, especially if Graham succeeds in manipulating him. Number 3. Bear reaches his limit under pressure. D.S. Walsh questions Bear once again, suggesting that his wrestling background proves he intentionally caused Ray's death. She also pushes the idea that Bear didn't act alone, pointing suspicion toward Paddy and Dylan. In an effort to shield his loved ones, Bear attempts to mislead Walsh by claiming he acted on purpose. Number 4. Jacob clashes with Dr. Todd again. Jacob attends another meeting with Dr. Todd, who reviews his academic proposals. Despite spending the entire night preparing, Jacob fails to impress. Dr. Todd harshly criticizes his work and demands a significant improvement, leaving Jacob struggling to cope with the mounting pressure. Number 5. Archie uncovers the truth. Kerry and Jai convince themselves that Archie is unaware of their secret relationship. However, Archie shares his suspicions with Kyle, and the gossip quickly reaches Eric. This could create serious tension, especially as Kerry and Eric are trying to maintain the appearance of a happy marriage. Emmerdale actor Jeff Hordley reflects on long history with Emma Atkins in emotional new scenes. Emmerdale star Jeff Hordley has spoken highly of Emma Atkins, highlighting their strong working relationship as they appear together in upcoming episodes. Jeff originally joined the show in 2000 as Cain Dingle, arriving during Butch Dingle's funeral. After leaving in 2006, he made a return in 2009 and has remained a regular presence on the series ever since. Having been part of the program for many years, Cain is now central to a major plot after being diagnosed with prostate cancer. He has only recently shared the news with his loved ones, including his wife Moira Dingle, after initially trying to cope by himself. In forthcoming episodes, Joe Tate continues to create tension with the Dingle family as they clash with him. After attending a support group, Cain suddenly leaves when another attendee talks about how their relationship suffered after diagnosis, which triggers his own fears. Charity Dingle becomes worried when she sees him drinking heavily and encourages him to focus on his health. However, he reacts angrily, throwing a whiskey bottle and smashing Zach Dingle's tankard. When she presses him further, Cain admits he is struggling to maintain Moira's life while she remains in prison. Attempting to distract himself, Cain makes a move on Charity as they reflect on their past together, but she quickly realizes the emotional pain driving his behavior. Speaking to the Manchester Evening News and other media, Jeff explained that he and Emma share a deep bond, having both started on the show in 2000. He noted that their on-screen journeys closely mirror their real-life experiences working together. He also revealed that they rehearsed extensively ahead of filming, which allowed them to feel fully prepared and approach the scenes with greater freedom and creativity. Jeff added that he feels fortunate to have worked alongside many talented actresses throughout his time on the show, naming Natalie J. Robb, Lucy Pargeter, Charlie Webb, and Katie Hill among those who have made his experience enjoyable. Although Cain shares a moment with Charity, Jeff stressed that the core of the storyline remains the relationship between Cain and Moira. He explained that their bond is being pushed to its limits due to her imprisonment and his illness, leaving their future uncertain. He concluded by saying that the character is now in a fragile state, as the pressure of his health, family struggles, and the need to save the farm continue to build. Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.